You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I've got your weekly spoilers for June 16th through the 20th. Ridge is jealous and having a fit, and Katie is interfering, as she likes to do. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into what is coming this week ahead. Monday, June 16th is season 38, episode 188. We have got Jack Wagner back as Nick Marone. He arrives completely unannounced and has an emotional reunion with Brooke. And of course, she is beyond stunned, but also thrilled to see Nick as we see the very beginnings of their summer love story. And he's telling Brooke that some things never change. And I'm sure it's her beauty and how he feels about her, all of that stuff. Meanwhile, somebody is hiding and lurking outside the Malibu house where Finn and Steffy live. And they're looking through like a telephoto lens at little Hayes and his mom, Steffy, having a nice afternoon. No doubt it is Luna lurking outside Finn and Steffy's home and spying on them while they're having a nice afternoon with Hayes. And another spoiler photo for the week has Liam and Finn having a discussion. We do know the guys circle back around this week to discussing Steffy's safety and Luna being a hazard to her health. Ridge tells Taylor he doesn't like Nick and never will. Now, that's from the promo, so we don't know if that is coming on Monday or later in the week. Also this week, Steffy's telling her mom, Taylor, that Liam is not even thinking about himself right now when he needs to be focused on his health issues and the cancer and the brain tumor. Steffy says instead, Liam is just focused on keeping her safe. And her mom, Taylor, wants to know if he means from Luna. Yes, of course. Tuesday, June 17th, season 38, episode 189. Nick jumps right into trying to win over his ex. He is romancing Brooke right off the bat. There is a passionate kiss, and they have a very emotional heart-to-heart talk. So we have heard from the actor Jack Wagner that during this summer visit, Nick really wants Brooke to see that her dynamic with Ridge is toxic and it's unhealthy. The guy is a waffler. I mean, we all know that, right? Nick wants Brooke to see that he could be her future. So I do think, you know, if it comes down to Waffle Boy versus the handsome sailor, I think Nick is a much better destiny. Plus, Ridge and Taylor talk about their love and the fact that Brooke is kind of still between them, still in their relationship. Now, at this point, they may not yet know that Nick is back in town, but every time Brooke is alone with Ridge, she asks him to dump Taylor and come home to her. Like, she's not even being subtle. She's not hinting around. She feels like Taylor had no respect for her relationship with Ridge, so Brooke doesn't owe her any respect. That feels like what's happening to me. Now, once they do find out that Nick is in town, I think Taylor may sense right away, unless she's in deep denial, that her man is jealous of Nick. And that may be because Taylor recognizes he does have these residual feelings for Brooke, and that's over and above just Ridge disliking his brother, you know? So I just wonder if Taylor's going to stay in denial or start to see that Ridge is still in waffle boy mode on the inside, even though he hasn't said anything. We've all seen these faraway looks. He's just, he's the worst. It's kind of funny. Thorsten Kaye did an interview recently where he said he just really doesn't like the way that Ridge treats women, and I agree. Wednesday, June 18th is episode 190 of season 38, and we've got Luna approaching her little half-brother Hayes outside the Malibu beach house, and Luna tells Hayes that she has something for him. Obviously, Luna is jealous that Hayes is being raised by their dad and that Finn wants nothing to do with her. Then again, you know, Hayes isn't a double murderer. Give him time. I mean, there is something wrong with Finn's genes because there's Sheila, then there's Luna. So I don't know, Hayes may grow up to be a troubled kid. Let's hope those Forrester genes are stronger. Anyway, last week, Luna was saying that Steffy would think differently about this situation if she knew the pain of a child being kept from their parent. So you got to wonder why Luna is approaching Hayes. It cannot be good. So Hayes gets this unexpected gift from Luna, and I wonder if she's luring him with a toy or with candy. And I do wonder if she will tell Hayes that she is his sister. Nick gets under Ridge's skin. So Nick is back. He is wildly successful. He's a mogul. He's a tycoon now. He's very different. He feels like he is, socioeconomically equal to or greater than Ridge Forrester. So he's pushing his buttons. He's irritating him. Nick has all this exuberant confidence, and he's basically treating Ridge as dirt under his heel. And this is going to really annoy Nick's half-brother. Thursday, June 19th, season 38, episode 191. Steffy's trying to get Daphne to come back to Los Angeles, but Hope does not want that for very obvious reasons. Steffy does want her friend back, but, Daphne loves Carter, so it would complicate Hope's life. She does have his ring on her finger, but Carter has walked out of a wedding on the bride before for another woman, so I do think it's an insane long shot anyway to even think that Hope and Carter are endgame. So Daphne coming back makes sense. Brooke tells Katie about Nick's surprise visit and that they already had a kiss. Katie has a very strong opinion about Nick. And if you don't remember, Katie has a history with Nick. So it's not like he's the only, that Ridge is the only guy who has looked at more than one Logan woman. At one point, Katie dated Nick. She was pregnant by him, although she miscarried, and she nearly married him, but ultimately did not. So we'll see if she's still trying to aim Brooke at Ridge. Friday, June 20th, we're going to wrap up the week with season 38, episode 192 of B&B. So Brooke and Taylor are getting into it on Friday, and the subject of their clash is Nick and Ridge. Now, Brooke may let Taylor know that Nick's return is going to make Ridge jealous. Maybe Brooke is going to imply that Nick's return is going to be what pulls Ridge back to her because he will not want to lose her to his brother, something like that. Just because the spoiler says clash, this is not going to be a pleasant conversation. Taylor might say some things like, oh, of course you want two men chasing after you because blah, 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 which would be ironic because Ridge wants two women chasing after him. So anything that Taylor says about Brooke enjoying two men pursuing her absolutely applies to Ridge, except Ridge is so much worse about this. He's a waffler supreme.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.